Hey guys, Siren here, and welcome back to Lake of Voices. Let's continue on with our stories, shall we? Even if they would, does that matter? We are more than weapons. We are people. Do we have to cast that aside, turn away from our fellow humans, just to achieve a so-called greater good? It's not as though this village is a haven of saints. They are only worthwhile as we are. And these people on the bridges with us. Aren't they? I don't know. I can feel the weight on his words settle upon me. I have had similar thoughts and have questioned what the correct choice is. But unlike Bemel, I have always been silent. I clench my fist tight to try and stop from saying something rash. Bemel closes his eyes tight and rubs his face again. It's clear this hasn't been enough to give him much peace. Eventually his eyes reopen and look directly into mine. What do you think about all this, Kika? Please be honest with me. I want to hear it. Suddenly my eyes are hot. My vision blurs slightly from tears. I desperately am trying to hold back. I really don't know. That is the truth. My words are soft, whether to be heard or not. The look on my face is enough to garner attention. His eyebrows shoot up in surprise. He walks over to me, slowly concerned. Kika, what is troubling you? I don't know. I don't have the answers to what you are wondering. Who are we meant to protect? Everyone we can? Whoever we are told to serve and no one else? Just ourselves? Should we only try to protect others when the risk is minimal? I have no idea what the right opinion is. Bemel's confusion only melts with my words. I'm sorry for disappointing you. No, you haven't disappointed me in any way. I never should have expected someone else to give me the answers to those kinds of questions. It is only I did not think of that. He does not finish his thought, but I know what he meant to say. You did not think I was concerned with these issues? He smiles awkwardly over being caught. Yes, you never seemed to be bothered by anything we experienced before now. With his words, my carefully held resolve crumbles. In an instant, my cheeks are wet with hot fluid cooling in the chill air as it slips down my face. I have always cared. I have always been afraid and confused, but I have kept I stop and gasp for air, my throat almost as tight as when we were running on the bridges. A farce of strength in order to get by. I breathe deeply with relief, terrified and lightheaded from my confession. Bemel's voice is delicate as flower petals. I had no idea. How could I not have noticed? Because I did whatever I could to make sure no one did. I have never wished to appear weak in front of others. But the truth is, I barely get through each day. I often feel overwhelmed with sadness at all. That we have experienced. Bemel gently places his hands on my shoulders as I try not to sob wildly. Kika, I truly apologize for all the thoughtless things I have said to you. I shake my head, sniffling. There's no need for you to apologize. He smiles with a warmth almost enough to make me forget the damp. I beg to differ. I have failed to treat you right. You have always been respectful. A person needs more than respect from their comrades. They also need support. I have never given you that kind of consideration because I believe someone like you did not need it. The same could be said for me. Nonsense, you have listened to all my rambling on more occasions than I can remember, though I admit my memories may not be there due to being drunk many of those times. Bemel laughs at himself while glancing in my direction to encourage me to do the same. His comforting words make me smile, and I feel my tears finally cease to fall. He grins wider as he since we He grins wider than he has since we began this horrible journey. You have my thanks. And you have mine. Abruptly, his expression becomes serious once more. I will come to answer these questions someday, but no matter what I decide, I will still put trust in your judgment. I fear I may not live up to the belief he seems to have in me, but I nod firmly. He returns my nod. Perhaps we should go check how everything is on the island. That sounds like an excellent idea, and I will accompany you, of course. Glad to hear it. Together we walk back towards the interior of the island. Both our moods lift as we stay side by side.